Okay, we are underway here with the beverage container insulation heat transfer experiment test. We're about 15 minutes in. What I've got here is 4 different types of drinking cups. We have a pure copper single wall 16-ounce mug. Here we have a 16-ounce plastic double wall mug, and the black mug there is a standard ceramic coffee mug, and here we have the Yeti. And about 15 minutes ago I filled each of the 4 glasses here with equal amounts of ice and water. It was 6 cubes of ice, and these are sort of half moon or quarter moon ice cubes, and about 10 ounces of water. And I have a phone, a time-lapse app running here. I take a picture every 15 minutes so we can record the temperature change in each cup relative to all 4. The first surprise is that the Yeti immediately was colder than the other 3. You can see it's showing about, and by the way, these thermometers I just bought, they're cheap off Amazon. They vary by about 2 degrees from each other. So we've got a margin of error here, about 2 degrees, I guess. What's interesting though is this Yeti, you can see it's about, now it's reading about 34 degrees, I guess. And whereas the others are closer to 40, 39, 30, 38, 39, which is the double wall plastic, so that's not a surprise, I guess. But the copper mug here, which is interesting, is warmer than the other 3 by possibly a few degrees. So that's very interesting, which shouldn't be a surprise since we know copper is a conductor, not an insulator like some of these advertisers claim. But of course it condensates more and it feels cold to the touch. And I noticed the ceramic mug is condensating also, but I can't tell if it's condensating as much or more or less. Maybe about the same. So anyway, there we have it so far. We've got the time-lapse app running here. So far it's taken 2 pictures. So we're 18 minutes into this. I don't know how long, I'm guessing a few hours it'll take for these to reach room temperature. I am giving them a stir. Once in a while when I walk over here, I'll take the thermometer and just give it a stir, kind of hopefully even things out. I thought perhaps this one was reading colder because it was touching the ice cubes, whereas like that one's not. That's possible. But the fact of the matter is that the cubes have just diminished more here in this copper mug than the others, it would appear. And in the Yeti, the cubes are still larger. It appears. That's a rough guesstimate. It could be. This is a narrower container and they're bunched up, so maybe that's not true. But it definitely looks chillier in the Yeti. All right, and we've got the clock running here. All right, there we go. Okay, so here we are. We are now 51 minutes into the experiment. And not much change. Let's see. They're all still right around 40 degrees. You see again, the copper mug here is the warmest, but still it's only 2 degrees warmer than these other 2, but of course the Yeti is still quite a bit colder. Let's inspect the ice cubes themselves. Looking in the copper mug, no ice. So we should see the temperature here start to warm up pretty quick. Still ice here in the double wall, of course. Still ice in the ceramic. And the Yeti still has essentially still full ice cubes. Not quite, but clearly the most ice left in the Yeti by far. Well, not much more than this double wall plastic, I guess. But the bottom line, quick observation here. We're 52 minutes into this, and all the drinks are about 40 degrees, so who gives a shit about the insulating quality of a beverage glass? You don't take longer than 50 minutes to drink a drink anyway. So they all hold the drink about 40 degrees, call it a day. However, if you want a wet, cold, sweaty mug to drink out of that drips water on you when you drink, then clearly the copper mug is your favorite. And I guess there's some cool factor to it, apparently. I don't get it. Ceramic mug, again, yeah, ice, but nobody drinks ice drinks out of a ceramic mug. It's for coffee. Oh, maybe I'll have to do another test with starting with hot water. Obviously, that will have to be done. But clearly the Yeti, well, I can't say clearly yet. It's interesting that it's colder. I need to give these a stir. Nothing in the copper one to stir. No ice left. Little bit of ice left here. So maybe this will be enlightening to a few people out there. Maybe not. Like I said, who gives a shit? But it's interesting to see anyway. Like I say, expect to see this one warm up. The copper. And now just stirring it a little bit, I see, yeah, it's bumped up, it's jumped up a little bit. It's 46, 47 degrees. So, yeah, that's interesting. When I gave it a stir, the temperature adjusted a little bit. Look at that, 32 degrees. And this one, the copper, 48, basically, 47. And no ice left, so clearly that's going to warm up fastest. As expected, totally predicted. Even the ceramic does several degrees better. Okie doke. Okay, time for an update on the great beverage container experiment. We are an hour 41 into the test, and let's see where we're at. The double wall plastic mug, 40 degrees. Couple of tiny pieces of ice left there. The ceramic mug, 50, looks like 53 degrees. 52, 53 degrees, and no ice. The copper mug, similarly 54 to 54 degrees, and of course no ice whatsoever. Okay, I'll give these a stir and we'll look again. And of course, the winner by far, the Yeti. Still at 30, I'm reading 30, 32, 33 degrees. That's incredible. And still quite a bit of ice. How about that? All right, I'm going to give them a stir here and see how the readings change, if at all. Stirring probably, yeah, that ice is even less now in that one. Still plenty of ice here, look at this. Lots of ice there. Okay, now check the readings again. Well, I need to give it a minute. Okay, I gave it a minute, and let's check temps again. Okay, the plastic double wall, 40 degrees. I don't remember where it was before. I think it was about 40. Ceramic, 54, 55 degrees. And the copper mug, 60 degrees. Clearly the big loser. As expected, copper is a conductor. This is proof. And the Yeti, beautiful. Still 30, looks like 33 degrees. Actually, let me look at it with my naked eye. Yeah, looks like 33 degrees. Yeah, like I say, we're at 145. Just got another frame there. So I've got 8 photos taken of this for the record. So there we go. Looking good. Looks like this Yeti's gonna stay cool for quite a while yet, maybe another hour or more. That's pretty amazing. Which I knew that. I've been using Yetis, this Yeti mug, for a couple of years, and I like stick a couple of cubes in it and it lasts all day. Okay, we're now 2 hours 19 minutes into it. 44 for the double wall plastic. 60 degrees for the copper mug. 60 for ceramic. 33 for the Yeti. That's amazing. Let's check the ice cubes. Yep. Still several pieces of ice in there. The Yeti is the clear winner by far. By far. And, need to give them a stir. Okay, I gave them a stir. Let it sit a few minutes and, let's see. Temperature here came up a bit. We're about 47. Still 60 here. Still, well, 62.3 here on the copper. 60 on ceramic. Look at that. Amazing. Still 32 on the Yeti. That's something else. Okay, 5 hours in. I went out for a while, and we're now at 5 hours. And what do we got? 70, 62, 3, 70, and 30. Isn't that incredible? Look at that. 34. 34. Stir them up.